Today is now the 28th anniversary of the End Day from the video game Crystalis, and as always on the End Day, I like to talk about anime that I've dropped. However, I have not dropped any anime over the past year, so this time I want to go back about 20 years and talk about that time I dropped The Violinist of Hamelin. Usually when I drop an anime, I have the attitude that the anime was just terrible and I am an absolute saint for having lasted as long as I did. But I don't feel that way about The Violinist of Hamelin at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad about having dropped it as early as I did and wished I gave it a little bit more of a shot. Maybe I would have dropped it in the long run, maybe not, but I should have tried a little bit harder with it. So here's what happened. Back in 2004, 2005-ish, I got most of my anime reviews from a website called animeinfo.com. It doesn't seem to be up anymore, so I couldn't go back and look at the reviews from back then, but basically what I remember is that a lot of those reviews said it has a good story, it has some good music. The big problem, however, is that the animation is terrible. It did not seem like it would be a problem for me, of course. Even now in 2025, I talk about how I always put the story first and I don't care much about animation. Even last year on the End Day, I talked about how I dropped Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, which is an anime that has great animation but no story to speak of. So why would I drop pretty much the exact opposite kind of anime, especially back in 2004 or 2005 when I was watching all these grainy AVI files that I downloaded with the openings and the endings cut off to save space, so everything already looked kind of bad. Why drop an anime just because it looked slightly worse than the rest? Well, I gave it an honest shot, downloaded the first episode, and my reaction was, yeah, this is kind of ugly. And also, in the first episode, there was no real hook for me, nothing to really draw me into the episode and make me want to watch more and make me think that the story was actually so good that it would justify the terrible animation. Now, this could go for a lot of anime. Lots of great anime have mediocre first episodes or first episodes that just serve to set things up, so there's nothing that really stands out about them. You don't see the best of a series in that first episode most of the time. So I was willing to give it more of a chance. I just thought, for something this ugly, I need to be more in the mood. Maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. So that was my attitude. It's on hold. In fact, I put it into my anime list as on hold instead of dropped. But weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and years turned into now decades. I just never even thought about it again. And I guess if someone leaves a comment really praising the anime and explaining that I've made a huge mistake by dropping it, I would consider going back and watching it, but I just don't really feel the need to since my list of anime to watch is so long and most of the anime on that list are probably at least average or good looking by today's standards. Why would I go back and watch something that even I found ugly back then? So if you want to leave a comment, tell me to go back and watch it. I will consider it, but chances are it's dead and buried. Final grade, single tilde.